Big exciting news tonight as the Temple of Doom rejects offers to go to Red Lobster. Doesn't want to go to Broadway. Doesn't want to chase around a postman anymore. It's not really interested in seeing any pot dispensaries. But when news broke that there really is movement for executive order for second stimulus checks and for another round of FPUC, let's just say the hair was standing on end. Hey, good evening, everybody. This is LALATE, and this is LALATE Evenings. And boy, I have exciting, great news tonight about second stimulus checks and second stimulus package and FPUC 2.0. In a day in which the situation is very fluid, in a day in which there's a lot of twists, there's a lot of avenues to get you a second stimulus check, and now some of them are really percolating in a way that wasn't even possible just hours ago. This is every day at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's a 1 hour programming block, and coming up after this is our third day of a special report on Purple Power versus Pelosi. It has been really one of your most watched videos of every single day, so we're bringing that back again right after this, 30 minutes after this, about new movement to get Nancy Pelosi removed from the negotiations of the second stimulus check, so you don't want to miss that. I have all the comments and all the commentary from congressional leaders today. If there was ever time to go to the Funds channel and subscribe, it's today. Boy, I mean, yeah, we reached 250,000 subscribers in 4 months, but today and yesterday are a hot mess express unto themselves, and tomorrow will be as well. And drop your comments below. I'd love to feature them into tomorrow's recording. I'll be answering some of your 1,200 comments in this video, yeah. And also like this video because it's going to be a damn good video. Let's get right to the details. You know, there's 3 different paths to get you a second stimulus or third stimulus check. And tonight, one of the paths seems more on board. And that path is the one that the viewers of this channel, the Purple Power, think is really going to happen. Executive order. Most of the viewers of this channel, whether it's on the channel's comments or on the channels or on LLA's comments or 2 comments on Twitter or Instagram, all believe your second stimulus checks are going to come by executive order. And I really do think that you are correct. I really think that what's unfolding this week is absolutely incredible, great news, but it also tees up the reason and the support and the movement for any executive order to give you second stimulus checks. Let me go over the details about a second stimulus check by executive order and why it's so more apparent tonight and it's so much more exciting. First, the president has not issued an executive order this month. Yes. This president has issued about 6 to 8 executive orders every single month since he came into office, which is about what most presidents do. He hasn't done any. He's due for an executive order. And he has teed up his executive orders. He has teed up the discussion. Where is it sitting? Well, ironically, this president has always done an executive order right after he's held press conferences talking about the exact same thing. Usually has gone to an element of threat and then it goes to executive order, but he has always done an executive order, whether it was LWA, whether it was rents, whether it was mortgage for eviction moratorium, whether it was anything in the last couple months, he's always teed it up by press conferences and then bam, he hits you with it. Sometimes he doesn't make the issuance of the executive order frontline news. He just sort of drops it on a Saturday. Well, all this week, this president has said, do a stimulus check or else. Do a stimulus check or else. And he has really ramped it up ever more than normal. Pete Navarro talked about today. He said stimulus checks need to go out right away. Mark Meadows spoke today as well. He said stimulus checks have to go out right away. President said stimulus checks have to go out right away. President's Press secretary says stimulus checks have to go out right away. And then came what really looks like executive order type fighting language. He blamed the Democrats. Democrats don't want to give you a stimulus check. Democrats don't want to do this. Democrats don't want to do that. You know, the last time he's used that language is when he's hit you with executive orders. Where would the executive order land? How would it be phrased? How would you get the money? Well, this is incredible great news. Viewers of this channel are always asking timeline. Timeline for executive order is the best timeline there is. Absolutely, categorically the best timeline. Because the executive order is done on a Saturday and it tells an agency that has the money to send out the money. The money could potentially be in your bank electronically if you're set up on SSDI, SSI, Social Security, and Railroad benefits for electronic payments every month within 10 days thereafter. Less than 2 weeks. Nothing else is as fast as executive order. And guess who gets the benefit of an executive order? The president. Guess who gets less of a benefit of a stimulus check if it's done by legislative action? The president. The president doesn't want to sit back in the bleachers as congressional leaders do the relief that he wants to take credit for. And so everything suggests that stimulus checks will come by executive order. Now, will something else come from executive order? I think so as well. I've not seen this language from the president, but I think it would happen that you could see suddenly another agency underwriting, providing the funds for LWA. As we sit here tonight, that is one of 3 paths for you to get second stimulus checks in FPUC. It would be $1,200 individuals, $2,400 married couples. It would likely be $500 child dependents and adult dependents. It would pay you if you're on SSDI, SSI, Social Security benefits. It would also pay your child if you are on benefits and you have a child. Make sure you did that non-filer filing because they need to know where you are. And it would likely not take off for child support. All really great news. The number of people in the household may not be as big as a Democratic bill. It may only be a 4-person household or 5, but this is incredibly great news. Now, how about FPUC 2.0 or LWA 2.0? How would that work? Well, the president would potentially, and yes, some people may not like to hear this, but may potentially just do LWA for more weeks. He has an executive order. It's been sitting there. No one's challenged it legally. All he has to do is just have an agency come forward and say, hey, we're now the underwriter of the program. How does this work and what's going on here, LALATE? Well, basically, you know, if the funds are in an agency unaccounted for, unused, it can be repurposed for another matter of executive order, the president can do it. He does not need act of Congress. The money's not in Treasury. The money's outside of Treasury. And so I've identified that there's upwards of $200 to $300 billion sitting around in SBA that the president can repurpose. The president has identified $300 billion himself for CARES Act 1. CARES Act 1 from March that is unused. I think that's also SBA money. The reason why we're saying the reason why I'm saying both of them are SBA money is because that is where the largest unaccounted for round of money is. PPP, unaccounted for used money that was either returned or never used. It's very well documented. It's not like it's gossipy or anything like that. Like, what's Nancy's hair color? It's very well documented. All right, so the next path to get you second stimulus checks is, of course, the old July 2020 Nancy and Stevie negotiation stuff. Is there potential? Is there hope? Is there progress? Possibly. The president is working this angle, and this is where the incredible hope is. Is there hope from the president? Yes. Is there incredible hope from the GOP suddenly? Yes, absolutely. Is there bipartisan support? Absolutely. Late today, 2 congressmen who are buddies, male congressmen who are buddies but are on different political spectrums, one's Republican, one Democrat, sat down for the same news publication and said, hey, we are on different sides, but we both support stimulus checks going out right now, and we both support enhanced unemployment benefits going out right now. We don't want $600. We'll do about $400 to $500. Guess what they said? They said that the CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, would never approve $600 $600 a week, which is Nancy Pelosi's offer, because it's too much money. It doesn't line up. So there was that incredible great news. Now, we have 3 potential bills that are really pushing the envelope, and those bills are the Blue Dog Democrats, the New Age Coalition, and finally the Problem Solvers. All 3 bills are important for the following factor. They are causing a avalanche, a tsunami of press coverage of stimulus checks, front page everywhere. If you talk about what the president was speaking about today, or Meadows, it's no longer Woodward or a book or, Russia meddling or things like that. It is stimulus. It's stimulus, 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 stimulus. It's absolutely front page. And that's what you want, because when it's front page, that's when things happen. It's something that is so irate to the Temple of Doom that she's actually had emergency meetings because she can't deal with it. Her caucus, the Democrats, are not supporting her. They're all breaking with her because these are people who are up for re-election. She's not up for re-election. She doesn't care. She's going, she's going to get retired. She doesn't care about this. She has a $20,000 refrigerator. She posts on Instagram with her refrigerator. She puts a $12 ice cream in the refrigerator and smiles and takes $12 ice cream. She poses with a purple mask and hashtags purple when we're talking about purple power. She knows exactly what she's doing. We see each other, as Katie Burroughs would say. She is really sort of just, so as we sit here today, are we putting a lot of hopes in Nancy and Stevie? I got to tell you, it's hard to say. There is a lot of news articles out today, 10 or 20, where Republicans are saying that Nancy Pelosi's plan is not to give you any stimulus and to have you wait until 2021, have the economy implode, and have the president lose his reelection. That's a personal vendetta, and that's really what she's after. You can take it for whatever it's worth. You can reach your own conclusions, but if that is true, then one should not perhaps have faith in Stevie and Nancy negotiating. Rather, the real legislative progress is bipartisan support. Congressional leaders who really don't need the Temple of Doom to rubber stamp what they're doing are pushing the envelope and saying, get this done, get this on, get this done, because they're up for re-election and they're in deep trouble. The bipartisan support from the Problem Solvers Caucus earlier this week called for not 1 check, but 2 checks. The second check will come in March of next year. This is incredibly great news. The IRS additionally says that if you did not get your first stimulus check, go to their website right away, because you need to input some information right away to make sure you get your first stimulus check, especially if we're talking about minor dependents. Adjusted gross income. If you want to ensure that you qualify for a second stimulus check, the IRS is also giving you guidance about that. So you can go to the IRS's website and make sure that you qualify for the second stimulus check, especially if you're a non-filer filing. Finally, the real issue that is really percolating tonight when we're talking about a legislative move is the words. Mark Meadows said that the president will go to $1.5 trillion. Steve Mnuchin said the president will go to $1.5 trillion, and that the pressure is loud. The pressure is loud and forthright, and it's bipartisan nature, said Representative Max Rose, a Democrat in New York. He said the pressure is reflective of where the American people are. They're sick and tired of politics. To the leadership, we said it's very simple. It's time for you to stop playing games, stop playing the charade, stop this stupidity. Let's put the country first. There's only one person he's referring to. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi. So as we sit here tonight, that's the second path to get you second stimulus checks. The third one, ironically, is the reapportionment or the repurposing of this incredible sum of money that states have. In the World Exclusive Chart I broke over the weekend, states have a lot of the $150 billion given to them under CARES Act 1. That money is still sitting there unused, and now states, cities, and counties have to use it or they lose it. And so they're scrambling where to use it and how to use it and the manner in which to use it, and one of the ways is stimulus checks. You know, a lot of you need stimulus checks for different reasons. So I'm going to go over the other reasons and the other manners in which the states may or have started to use the money: rent, food, utilities, hazard pay. So if any of those things qualify for you, irrespective of there's that word that I get so many comments about. Despite my conjunction function. What's your function? Uh, despite despite whether it's a stimulus check or not, these are things that states are now spending money on its residents. They have to, because they're going to lose the money. So you need to go on Google, search for Google News stories and search your state's name, your city's name, your county's name, and put in the word grant plus CARES Act, and see what comes up. They are literally announcing them by the day. Finally, let me get to some of your incredible comments from yesterday. Long overdue, said Charlotte Dixon. Janice, $1,200 is too low. Alicia, very grateful for $1,200. Wood sculpture, can't wait to see LALATE and Sunatai on prime time. Book me. Jacqueline, he all knows you said fired. Shelley, I could do a cartwheel if I would. I need this so badly, Todd. Tara, Donald, Mark, Steven, sound like a new horror movie. Gamer, they owe us for every month. Danita, I like when you say the word imminent. Matthew, been hearing something for a while. Maria, where's the check? Janice, they've already got out of giving us money for 4 months. Amen. Tracy, I really can use it because it's slow in North Carolina. Margaret, with a drunken power, nothing will get done. Oh my goodness. Brooklyn, dear God, please. Terry, oh my God, I'm jumping up and down. Dark Striker, I watched 5 different presentations. You are the best. Well, of course I'm the best. She says, oh, you're the most informative and amazing human being. I am the most informative. Someone asked me earlier, why are your videos so long? Because I have so much information. I mean, how am I supposed to do this video? 4 minutes. This is, Shannon, I like the lobster. Ryan, it could be higher, $1,200. Very well said. Yolanda, they're going to lose their seats because $1,200 is not enough. Vicky, I'll believe it when I see it. Lisa, please include us all. Purple Power. Boy, if there was ever a day to go to the Furnace channel, subscribe, it's today. Go to the Furnace channel, hit the subscribe, and drop your comments below. I might feature them tomorrow's recording. Coming up after this video is a video you absolutely categorically have to watch. I'm going to be going into the reaction that Nancy Pelosi is dealing with today, which is... it's a lot. It's a lot. It's more than I ever would have expected. And what I got to tell you is you need to watch that and react to it. You have to be on social media. You need to be sharing the videos. You need to be tagging your politicians. And the people that you sit behind, the people you need to get behind tonight are Democrats. You have to get behind Democrats who really are breaking rank with her, because she really doesn't get it from a Republican standpoint. And to some extent, the press doesn't get it either. But when they see Democrats who are breaking rank with her, it really resonates. And if you need to understand more about that, that's why you have to watch the video right after this one. Also, like this video because it's a damn good video. Coming up next is that big special. And tomorrow morning at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, more about the big movement and exciting news about second stimulus. As always, stay informed, stay motivated, stay smiling, stay focused. No one's going to bring you down. No one's going to take away your purple power. No one is going to tell you no. You have the power. You can use the power, and you will continue to use the power, because ultimately, in the end, you're going to win. As always, have a great evening. Take care.